Happy Grand Rising. Yes, sir.
Oh, he's back? I thought he retired.
Never. Michael Caine voice. If you know, you know.
I wanted him to retire. Will he fucking just quit?
Got to levy. Let's get into it. Happy good old Taco Tuesdays. Whew. Baby J's. That's when we have the standing ovation sound effects. No. Don't marry with children. Face and all that good jazz. Yes, I thought about retiring early this AM. Yes, you already know. All right. But why would I do that when I've been 20 plus years in the game? I mean, we can't quit on ourselves. Just like I said earlier this AM, it's all for Thy's will, not my will. All right. Since I got the Albert Einstein this AM.
Albert Einstein's.
Ether, if you know, you know. And a good grand rising. I already saw some of the collectors' videos, and Chelsea got the T. I'm very proud of you. I'm watching Britney's right now, and I love you, Brittany. You always know when I say I love somebody, you always know I'm going to say something just because we got to keep each other in check, right? We got to call each other out because we love each other. Brittany, you know I celebrate myself all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm so conceited because I'm the only one celebrating myself. Hence the message earlier at this AM about I would like my besties that I call besties to call me out and to celebrate me and not just to Barbara Gordon communicate. And if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hear a voice like I say, hey, I'm watching Britney, the cosmic wifey. I have no shame on saying that. That's all I ask for my collective, and I ask for some donations by sharing my videos like I was sharing y'all's. But that ain't happening no more. I'm not sharing anybody's videos. I'm not leaving no comments. I mean, I ain't like your shit. I'm just gonna watch it. I still haven't even liked Britney shit. So I'm a little hesitant, all right? I'm like, celebrate myself. I celebrate myself all the time, but with some money in my cash app or Venmo, I would be celebrating a lot more. It's just common sense, right? I'm saying it's just yada yadas. We can only celebrate so much putting our bare feet outside and rubbing the good old tree vine from the Druid family and talking to the same squirrels and salamanders and the same cardinals and the same sun stares and the glaze and the stand on the same tree trunk out there and seeing the same neighbors walk past me like and all the same shit. Takes money to travel and get vehicles and buy shit and then travel that way, all right? People even keep on wanting me just to barefoot it. It's just like bada bings. How many more Dante's Infernos we got to go through until we get this true support? It ain't survival mode. All right? It's not survival mode. That's why these buzzwords is like, yo, it just drives a brother crazy at times. Baby J Nuggets. We just want to see you play more. I want to see my account rise up with more money. It's just simple McGimples. All right, but we doing Thy's will. Hence, I'm on this screen right now, providing some more transparency, some more authenticity, right? Because we ain't giving up in this joint. We got to keep on trucking and doing our damn jobs. It's a gorgeous day out there. Yes, yes, yeah. It's a gorgeous day, yes, yes, yeah. It's like when I worked in the restaurant business, there's a certain ingredient called Worcester. See, I still have a problem saying it to this day. Worcester sauce, Worcester. I guess you know what I'm saying. By me saying what I said a few moments ago just reminded me of how I always used to butcher that Worcester sauce. If you know, you know. Used to work at Chart House back in the day, and I used to work at the Gunga bar, basically salad bar, and that was my first real job after bagging groceries at Fort Meade. And yes, ma'am, yes, sir, thank you. You're so cute. I like the cut of your jib. You're so polite, and you got your manners. You're raised by a good family. All that shit I learned at Fort Meade. Plus I learned that from my upbringing. My dad will beat the brakes off somebody that they say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. We didn't say yeah at the table. Did you like your meal? Yeah. First give you Uncle Phil face. And then give you a second opportunity to correct yourself, to correct your rhetoric. Did you like the plate that your mother made you? Yeah. That's when he grabbed your collar like Batman and beat the brakes off you right in front of you, spaghetti and meatballs. And that's the night your friend was invited over for dinner. My dad didn't give a shit. Who was in there? He kept a G. Hey, you'll pull your face in your own meatballs and spaghetti and beat the brakes off. That's just a little exaggeration. But I'm just saying my dad wouldn't have no shame in his game. If we invited friends over for dinner or sleepover, if he had to discipline his kids, he would do it right then, right on that stage. And Randy Watson, microphone drop it real quick. So, if you're new, my name's Alonzo Hayes. This is my window into my soul. I like to label it a few different titles. Daily motivation, because I inspire people and I hope to motivate you throughout your day. Um, no filter, because I don't bite my tongue for nothing. You know what I mean? I just keep it how it is, on and off camera. For people that know me, they know I keep it a buck, and ain't no shame in my game. Hence, a lot of people are threatened by me, and they can't say my name, and they don't want to share my video or nothing like that. They just want me to keep on trucking because I'm God's highly favored, chosen one in this bitch. All right, simple and plain. So they have buzzwords like survival mode. I need to celebrate myself more. No, I love you, Brittany. We just calling each other out, right? Just like you called your husband out and said he's Italian, but he can't cook to save his life. I like that. That's why I'm smiling. I still got it on pause, actually. I'm like, just keeping it a buck. The first time you got sick, just in case you don't think I did watch your video and I'm just making up some shit. No, you got sick the first time and your husband made you some soup and you cute, but we can't cook. That's the honesty I like right there. All right, I like straight from the hip, shooter McGavin, and saying what it is. Hence, y'all love me and you're gravitated and magnetized to me because you love my aura. You know it's real. I have nothing to lie about. Okay, that's why I just sit here and tell you the way it is. If somebody fakes the funk, we call them out. My job for God is to bring all of his children and her children back home. So I have to be obedient no matter what the world stage looks like. Whoever support me, who's not supporting me, who's stealing my shit, all that jazz. I just gotta walk through the lion's den and walk through the coals of fire unscathed. That's my MISSON. MISSION. I knew I yucked. That's why I hesitated. Wait a minute, you kind of yucked, and you were the spelling bee king. Oh, I used to love being spelling bees. Um, Salute to Pops. I know you're out there in the astral realm, Obi-Wan spirit, but he would have the index cards. I told this story before. All right, I'm not going to do a lot of repeaters. So anybody who wants to know my origin story, I got plenty of videos to explain what my life journey, self-development journey, discovered myself journey, spiritual journey, separating from the indoctrination matrix journey, having people steal my shit, intellectual property journey, and dealing with all the bullshit, dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? You want to know about the the mysteries of Zodog? All right, that's one of my aliases too. Not an alias like being secretive. Zodog used to be one of my musician names when I was in the group Flawless. Right? Back in the day. Just do your research. I'm the shit. Still am. Humbly. And so are you once you do your accountability and you figure out what you want in life and stop operating like it's a one-way street. You want people to donate to you and all this other shit, and that's why you're super happy. You guys got significant couples to help you and support you and shit. You got resources to reach out to. You got other people that support you. When you a true chosen one, that really doesn't exist. Okay, besides the butterflies and the bees and shit, but they don't have ATM cards and they can't donate to you. All they donate to you is the true currency, which is the spiritual currency, and they get us connected with the true origin, Mother Tiamat, Yeshua, and Mama Gaia. Right? It's all the same shit. Galactic Federation, the fairies, all that shit. All the forces that the humans don't want to admit exist. That's what the main true currency is. But when we have a human experience, we like to have some tangible cash too. We like to take vacations. I like to have a female that trusts me to rub my shoulders after a hard day at work, tell me it's going to be all right. So, and I got your ass. And she's loyal, honest, and transparent. That's all I've been wanting the whole damn time. But people just get threatened by my glow up, or just me being me and me speaking about spirituality. They get threatened. You know the story. Right? A lot of Christians out here don't want to hear anything that talks about spirituality, but they have the audacity to say that they're Christian and they believe in God. Don't make no sense. Okay? Even Yeshua in the scriptures didn't say anything about religion. He was talking about spirituality. But you know, it was 11:29 on the timestamp. I like that. I love when the nose gets at you. So we're going through our roller coaster, ride. Texted my lady friend this morning and let her know happy grand rising. Hopefully yesterday treated you good. So we had dialogue yesterday. Hey, I love the birds always out. And I like it because we're just being honest with each other, right? And basically I told her yesterday I had a nice fresh perspective in life. Everything is looking good. And then midway yesterday through my day, I started going through my roller coaster ride and just, transmuting whatever energies I was feeling. And I let her know there's AM too. I was like, hey, hopefully your day's going good because hopefully your yesterday treated you right because my day today, or yesterday, midday, was up and down, but I'm feeling a lot better this AM. And, I just like the transparency communication I'm getting on that end too. It's like, it's not no cookie cutter replies. I'm tired of the cookie cutter replies. Like I was talking to my brother the other day and he was saying we need to get some mediation from my brother, the mole man at the house, yada yada. Doesn't matter. There's no secrecy. My brother Rico that's staying at the house and holding it down, like he's just bunkered and up in that bitch. He's like, I ain't leaving this bitch. So my brother Marcus is the power of attorney of that situation, and he believes a mediator should be employed for this situation. And he talked to me briefly about the issue yesterday. And I texted him this AM. I was like, you know what? I got to stay out of this. This is a new chapter for me, right? I'm not being isolated, but we talked and we shared our information yesterday, but I'm still going to love from afar. I got to protect my energy. I already saw it in my mind's eye how that's going to be, and the symbiotism, no accountability in some people's parties. Then I'll be the one that's loving and wants to solve everything again, and then I'm getting my energy siphoned. So I told him in a text, I was like, I love you, but I'm protecting my energy. I'm staying away from that nasty energy. Your energy seems straight. We were talking, laughing yesterday. I like that. I never wanted no problems with the family, but there's something going on, and I spiritually and energetically feel that. Hence, I'm not just going to go lollygag back with people that I still don't fully trust. And that's me being honest. And I told him yesterday, I'm calling you to bury the hatchet. Let's start new, but it's a day by day process. He's respectful. He respects that. And I respect that with him, you know what I'm saying? But my other brother Rico is very argumentative and demanding and controlling and just wants to be the captain of the ship. Like when I let him visit my apartment a couple of years back when he came back from Israel, I believe, China, wanted it to. As soon as he got to my apartment, I gave him the ground rules. Like, hey, I'm friendly with the neighbors around here. They like my reputation. I'm starting new. Okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm basically don't fuck up here. Don't be being Rico and yelling and argumentative. What's the first thing he does? He sees another friend of mine in here. He starts becoming argumentative. He's like, why does he have the main bedroom? I'm your brother. I came here. I was like, what the fuck? You came here last minute. You lucky you got a roof to be under. But he wanted to be all controlling and shit again. So basically, I saw that whole scenario again. I was like, nope, I'm not getting siphoned back into that siphon. I'm being respectful and protecting my energy. And if me and Marcus got to communicate the way we are and we're sharing positive energy with a solution and not a problem, then that's fine. That'll be my part in the in the situation. But I'm not going to be just being everyone's beside because I'm not. I'm going to be as useless to people that were useless to me that weren't there to help. And when I say that, I know Marcus may say, "I got you that apartment. Yeah, I get you. I get you. All right, I understand you helped me in a certain situation. Hence, we are starting fresh. Like I started fresh with Rico. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And Rolano and the family. I told me and Marcus wants to honor my dad's dying wishes. Hey, I want y'all brothers to get along. And in the hospital, he was telling us all that with Uncle Phil face. You know, I mean, I was crying and shit. I was like, man, this is. I don't want to. Hey, pops, very proud of you. I see, I got you. That's what I'm doing a video. And so I was like, all right. So basically, I was breaking down and here we're gonna be doing that old time Walt Disney Church. I love you. I love you. It's all right. Basically, okay. Speed it up. Okay, bottom things. All right. So we wanted to honor my dad's wishes, but we realized that could be a kryptonite too, because my other brother's manipulating my dad's dying wishes. Oh, I'm doing this for my dad's purpose, but Marcus and me and a lot of us in the family see that Rico's just doing it for his own self protection or self-imposed reasons, if I'm saying that right. So that's just toxic in itself. I gotta withdraw from that and only provide solutions from a distance for now, right? But that's with everybody. Like whoever wasn't there when I was going through the thick and thin, Dante's Inferno, I'm not gonna be there for you now. It's just reciprocation. That's all it is. If you weren't reciprocal with me, then I'm not gonna be reciprocal with you in this new chapter. That's just what it is. I'm still gonna be open-hearted and loving and forgiving and be the vessel to bring God's children home because now the gates are getting a lot narrower now. I was thinking about what Light said in her video earlier yesterday before I went to bed last night. I was like, early this AM. I was like, yeah, this is truly the true test. God's here and testing all of us. No one's attacking us. Not people. The fallen angels are doing their attack because they want to have us die twice. You gotta watch her latest videos to make this make sense. If you know, you know. But the doorway's getting a lot narrower now. It's like you gotta, are we walking with God or are we walking with the other spirit? You know what I'm saying? The devil. It's just simple as plain like that. So I'm learning that as well and watching my words and not wanting to attack people. 1820 on the timestamp. If you know, you know. 99. Gematria. So I am far from perfect. I'm working on how to be a better leader, how to be a better lover, how to be a better communicator, to lower my cortisol levels and to be more joyful and happy and make you smile. You know what I'm saying? Just in unison with the Walt Disney chirps. Rubbing my nipples and drinking some Rise Up coffee. All right, shit, that's what we do out here. We just shock value cats. Oh my God, do you really do that? You love it because you don't see that often. You don't see some real shit. You just see people that are postured. Is my makeup good? We straight? Okay. And they just scripted and gifted. Hey, someday. You heard that small chirp out there. We don't like scripted and gifted, all right? We want standing ovations every time. Shit, that's why, doesn't matter. Yeah, I was talking to the person that visited last night. I was basically telling them, hey, I was voicing my frustrations, basically. But if you guys are in the Truman Show, you already saw last night's episode, right? I'm talking to you guys like I don't know everything's being recorded. Confirmation, bitches. So I was telling him last night, I was like, yeah, that's why God's slowing me down now. because we were watching a wrestling interview with Stephanie McMahon, because I was calling her Sharon McMahon last night. He was like, "Who the fuck is Sharon McMahon? Is that another is that another daughter of Vince McMahon?" And then her title popped up, Stephanie McMahon's podcast, and I was like, "Yo, I was watching her podcast with Paul Heyman on that." And it's funny how I did this when I was talking about Paul Heyman. He's like, "Oh, my shoulder down." Yada yada. That's so funny. But I watched that podcast and I love what Paul Heyman was saying. He's like, "Yo, when you're for us creatives," he was basically saying, "Hey, man, I'm just talking about all creators. We're all fucked up in a degree. It takes a creative mind and it takes you to go through some complexities in life to actually be creative and be spontaneous. It takes a fucked up mind to be spontaneous." And I laughed at that. I told Marcus this last night. He's like, "Yeah, you probably cheered at the TV." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just like you." I was like, "Yeah, you probably saw that hidden camera. You know what it is." But that's exactly what I did. I was very proud. I paused that episode a few times. Like, "Yeah, Paul." Just I love Paul's mind. He was talking about how he infiltrated the WWF at the time. He was reading. He lived in a neighborhood that had nothing but radical articles and newspapers that just was talking about things that push the boundaries, right? Shock value shit. Hey, are politicians really real? Are they reptilians? Does aliens really exist? Does Area 51? You know, those like them radical type articles about jihadism. You know, should they be defending their cause? Should they be coming to America? Should they be killing Americans because Americans trained us and now they turn their backs on us and now they made us enemies when they gave us the resources and stuff like that? Just stuff that makes you think. And he saw an article in one of these newspapers that had a sports section. And he was talking about how ironic there's a sports section in these radical newspapers that are free. You know what I mean? They're just family owned, whatever, you know, yeah. But someone's son or daughter probably wanted the sports section, and that's the only reason I was there. But the universe had him read the sports section one day. So hopefully you guys will pick up what I'm laying down. This helps in a lot of ways, all right? So Paul Heyman, for infiltration purposes, to get where you want in life, all right? That's basically the main gist of this story. So Paul Heyman was reading that sports section, and he saw that Vince McMahon Sr. went to this one restaurant frequently after they were in New York doing their wrestling events. And in that article, was talking about Vince McMahon brings all of his staff to this one bar next to a hotel they sleep in every time they're in New York. And they listed some names, Gorilla Monsoon and such. So Paul Heyman noticed those names and he called around, did his infiltration shit. He was like 12 years old, by the way. He was a young kid, all right? So forgive me. I didn't tell you that part. He was young and he was telling Stephanie McMahon about how he met her grandfather and got into business. Why he wanted to be a photojournalist. So he called around, name dropped. He's like, "Hey," deep in his voice, "Hey, I'm calling for Vince McMahon," and then he would always get a reply, "All right, Vince McMahon, senior or junior?" He's like, "Is this a okay? No, what? There's only one I'm asking for." Yada yada. So he called around a few different people, and he was calling saying, "I need a press pass." One day he got lucky after name dropping a few people because after a while, confirmation bitches. They're like, "Well, this guy must know who Vince McMahon Sr. is because he knows the location he frequents. And he knows certain people that only the close circle would know, right?" And so Paul Heyman was like, "Yeah, it's like the passcode." Yeah, it was like the password. And I started laughing because that's how I used to infiltrate in concerts and shit. I used to say, "Hey, man, I work for the fire marshal, but I'm undercover. So it's just between you and me." And this is what I would tell the bouncers. "I need to come over here and make sure that the fire marshal's up to code and you guys don't get shut down. You don't want to get shut down while Lauren Hill's doing her birthday bash, do you?" He looked at him in the face. "Don't blink. First one speaks loses. Do you?" And the bouncer was like, "I guess not." "All right, then. So I'm going to come in here and I got three of my partners in here, but you got to make sure it's just between us. All right. You don't say shit." And then they'll let us in 9 out of 10 times. And the people that was with me, they'll be surprised. So I'll put the hand on the shoulder and whisper to the cats. I was the ear whisperer. Like my Lord Dave Putzi. I used to call him the ear bender. He would talk to the DA and drop all types of cases. All right, then. So I'll whisper in their ears and shit, and the people behind me thinking I wouldn't get in. 9 out of 10 times, the bouncer look at the crowd I'm pointing at, I'll do this. And they were like, their mouths would always drop. Their jaws would always drop. Like, I was like, just come on, man. Just put your hell faces. Come on in this bitch. Me and my ex bandmate were lunching about those stories back in the day, too. He's like, yeah, man, I still got the hell face. So I used to tell Mike, I was like, yeah, you used to have the hell face all the time. Like you were a lost deer in the headlights. We had to direct you because he was laughing. He was like, yeah, I remember the first time I met you on Monty and Mark shit. I was nervous and I didn't know how to infiltrate and shit until you taught me the game. And I upgraded your game ever since you taught me. I was like, yeah, and I know you had probably. But that's all about infiltration tactics. You got to know what to say to get in. No name drop if you got a name drop and bada bing. You got to be there like you're supposed to be there and represent the confidence and the conviction. All right. So that's what Paul Heyman did until he got in touch with Vince McMahon Sr. one day. He called and then Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, how you doing? And who is this? I am Mr. Hammond or something like that. I'm calling because you told me to call you to get a press pass." And Vince McMahon Sr. was like, "Well, sorry, I drink a lot of wine at times, so I may have a slip in memory. Can you elaborate for me?" And then Paul knew he was in. He knew he was in like Flynn, right? So he told him, he was like, "Oh yeah, he told me to boom, 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 to call you to get a press pass." And so Vince McMahon Sr. said, "All right, well, I want you to go to this address at this day at 12 o'clock." So he shows up at the location. I think it's the restaurant that they frequent after they go to New York. I mean, after they have their wrestling event. And Gorilla Monsoon and somebody else was sitting there with a Jack Daniels bottle, whatever, whiskey, whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Paul Heyman went up to him and said, "Hey, they're like, who are you?" And they're like, "I'm here to get my press pass." And they're looking at him, and I think one of the people in the circle knew he was a kid, but didn't say anything, right? Because I believe he liked the cut of his jib. It's like some mob shit that they see a little kid that is inspired to be like them, and they see him come up, and they just like the cut of his jib, so they let him do what he needs to do to get closer to the circle. They get little errands and shit. All right, you gonna be my paper boy and yada yada. You gonna do whatever, right? Because it's like reciprocated. The people in the mob did the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're young, they're inspired by someone in the hood they saw and shit, and they figured out a way to get their attention, right? So Paul said, "I'm here to get a press pass." And so Gorilla Monsoon starts looking through the names, starts naming everyone else, but like takes a minute, he doesn't hear his name, and then all of a sudden he gets to a name like Paul Heyman. He gives him the press pass. Universe and how it works. It's awesome, right? So bottom line is always have faith. If you have a passion in something, utilize it. So let me wrap up the story. So he gets his press pass. He goes to a wrestling event. He sneaks in there, obviously. I mean, he sneaks in there with the press pass, I guess. So he doesn't sneak in there. But he learns a lot by not having the press pass visible because a lot of people put their hands on their chest. What are you doing? So he learned to always keep his press pass outside so people would see who he is and they'll let him just move by. So that's another infiltration tactic. So he was in the hallway after one of the wrestling events, and Andre the Giant was there shaking Vince McMahon Sr.'s hand. And there was this drunk guy in an alleyway that made some weird noise, oh, and got Andre the Giant and Vince McMahon Sr.'s attention to look towards Paul Heyman when he was about to take the picture. And it was the classic photo of Andre the Giant shaking Vince McMahon Sr.'s hand in black and white. If you know, you know. That was Paul Heyman. I didn't know until I saw the Stephanie McMahon episode on their podcast. So I subscribed to her last night. I'm watching her and Shawn Michaels. I was about to say recent interview, but that could have been a year or two. I don't know. I'm just watching them as they pop up on my feed. So I need to finish watching Paul Heyman's and Shawn Michaels' Bottom Line, but I learned a lot from Paul Heyman about infiltrating and how if you want something to like, go for it, and how universe will conspire for your success and put you in the right place at the right time to make things pop off. And I think I'm going to wrap up that this episode on that note because I dropped a lot of gems on this one, like I always do. And if you want to subscribe to Stephanie McMahon's podcast, I highly recommend you do that. Stone Cold's podcast, Undertaker's podcast, he's real good. All the wrestlers podcasts. I haven't even checked them all out, but what I've seen so far was Stone Cold's, Undertaker, Stephanie McMahon's. I like the NXT and Next and WWE rivals. Like this is a lot of stuff I'm finding that I'm becoming more fascinated with. And my older brother Rolano, a couple years back when I was living in my brother's apartment, um, he would be always watching wrestling with him and Monty and shit. And I would be in my back of my head saying, "Man, this is not good like the '80s and '90s." Like I was just biased. I was like, "This is not as good as Randy Macho Man Savage, Rowdy Piper, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, all the old school cast, Legion of Doom and shit. You know what I mean? Jake the Snake. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, all the roster, Ultimate Warrior, Tomahawk. I said Tomahawk. I forgot what his name is. Tatanka. Yo, come on now, man. Shit. So I was biased when I saw him watching it. I would like have some snide remarks like, "Why are you watching this bullshit?" Yada yada. And then the universe like, "Shit, watch how important wrestling becomes to you." And I promise you, it's a time portal. It takes me right back in time. It awakens my inner child every time I feel like the cortisol levels are spiking and I want to slap a bitch. And I know that's not the right thing to do. I don't need to be attacking people. I need to change my perspective because it's my own soul attacking me. And if you know, you know. I highly recommend you watch Light's latest videos for her to break it down spiritually to a level. I think it's all horror. That was dope. Spiritually to a level where you understand it properly. I was just saying if like I saw another horror. Um, if my it looked like since my camera's a little delayed, I had the little Bruce Lee trails going on. I'll tell you this last story and then I'll end it. This is 3208. I remember the first time I got high. Um, I don't even need to tell his name right now, but Freckles, if you know, you know. It's like when we were 15 or 16. He thought it was funny with him and his boy. I'll keep their names, whatever, just because I respect him and his boy thought they would go to the hood and get some boat, which I never knew what boat was. All right, if you know, you know. It's like weed, but they dip it in like Bahamat. God damn, what is it called? Bahamas. I forgot. It's like the shit they use at the morgue and shit. Let's see, formaldehyde or something, right? It's like the stuff that keeps your body from rigor mortis. If you know, you know. Forgive me, I'm butchering up. So it's like weed is dipped in that, and it just makes you trip. You lose your words. Feels like you're going through the ground. All types of shit. So I didn't know anything about weed, but they told me. Well, yada yada. I shouldn't have listened to Freckles because he was one of the most fucking. That was a professional liar. He'll look you dead in your eyes and just tell you anything, and you'll believe him. But he found out it was some bullshit. Most of it. Um, so the first time I get high, smoking dope, not knowing what it is, I'm like, and all of a sudden, like, reality changed from reality to like I'm in some like Cheech and Chong movie. I like fall back in the seat in slow motion, and I see my trails in my body like. It's like Shutter photos. If you know the Shutter photo, like, it was like that. Like everything I moved, it was like my hand trail. So I started laughing. And I started doing this because I remember the Bruce Lee movie, Enter the Dragon or something like when he does that. And it is like, so I tell Chuck and them, I'm at, basically I tell Chuck and Sean, all right, if you know, you know. It's not Sean by the bangs. I was like, yo, man, it's just lunch. And then Chuck and them start laughing hard like they knew. It was like the first Friday when Smokey was in the back of the car with the Spanish people and he smoked angel dust. Oh, what's wrong, Smokey? It was like that, but not that extreme. But they were laughing hard because they knew they got my ass the first time. And then, yeah, all right. Then we go over to this girl's house. I didn't know I was on a boat. This is like this. They tell me this like months later, or whatever. We go to this girl's house that we met at the mall. Because that's how we used to meet girls back in the day. Like when the pager days, we used to go and have contests. How many numbers we gonna get? So it was one of those days. It was like 15. Yeah, right. So we meet this one girl. We go to her house later at night. I'm smack jacked off the boat. So I'm all walking slow motion and shit. I think I'm like leaning on the back of like one of one of their one of their shoulders and shit. And then one of them just shoved me off me. Get the fuck off me. Shoved me into a tree, right? I swear to God. I hit the tree and I'm as light as air. I literally feel like I go through the tree, but I don't, of course. I don't even feel no pain. It's like, and I feel my whole soul go through the tree, and I just started dying laughing because like one of them were cock blocking. That's what it was. I think I called him out and then he shoved me. That's what it was. And I hit the tree and I felt like I was going to be hurt. Laughed heavier and yada yada. Don't smoke boat is the moral of the story. So yeah, they got me, man. I was a rookie. But yeah, you live and you learn. That's why my show's called No Filter. I take you different places. Wendy McGindy's, I like it. I love each and every one of you. Um, let's learn to love one another. Let's learn to be accountable for each other's actions so we can start seeing each other as actually one consciousness. Because since there's a lot of fuckery going on out here, sometimes it's challenging to see the real from the bullshit because a lot of people don't want to own up and continue doing the bullshit. So that's why I said earlier in this video, I will find out who's my true collective are. Are they going to still be in vague? Are they still talk to me Barbara Gordonish? Are they really going to say God's son's name and support and actually surprise me on one of their lives and say, hey, go support this Earth Angel? Or are they going to reverse psychology it and make it seem like I'm the one that needs to do the changing and they're doing just fine and I'm there to rob their subscribers or something? If anything, I'm giving y'all more traffic. That's why I was thinking yesterday, why do I keep on supporting, liking, commenting, hyping their videos up when the whole world knows I'm the chosen? And they always stalk me every day and watch my shit every day. So as soon as I say a bestie or a Charlie's Angels, go follow this person, most likely they're going to follow it because I recommended them to follow it and I made it hot. If you know, you know. You guys are hot as it is, but if I'm saying, hey, follow this person, I'm giving you extra umph. That's extra support, and vice versa. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. That's why I said midway through this video, there's a lot of people doing this one-way street, reverse psychology, yada yada. Mercury's still there. Projections, projecting on me, and hey, well, you need to change. You need to do this. Why aren't you happier? I'm like, you're the one that's getting donated every damn day. I'm not watching your pockets. You want support, right? And I'm one fragment of the world demographic to draw traffic to you guys. I think it should be reciprocated. If you thought I was a subscriber stealer, you would have picked up on that as soon as I landed in your terror community. I would have been on some clout chasing type of shit, and I've never been on that. I'm just organically supporting people I like. Is there something wrong with that? But now I'm finding out I got to stop doing that until I see some reciprocation. It's not fair. It's earlier yesterday. I was like, I feel like you guys are benefiting more than I am. Then you guys have the audacity to tell me, hey, you need to celebrate yourself more. When you got a husband, wife, kids, transportation, bank account, donations, shares, likes, your names get talked about. You got a community that just share each other. They just ping pong off each other. But then when I want to ask for some support shit, I've been validating myself since the jump. I can't get a lick of support and donation shit, then I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. See how it works? That's why I can't wait for my kids to see this shit. Yeah, no, you were the shit. You damn right I was. I kept it G from the jump street. It never changed on and or off camera. So this is a perfect template to see the do's and don'ts. Because I ain't perfect. When I fuck up, I say, hey, you know what? I gotta do a redacted video. Yeah, I fucked up big times. think 2 days ago I said I made a mistake. If Light said to stop being cowardice and come on out here, because I'm supposed to be the bridge to draw people closer to God's kingdom. You know, the gates get narrow now. Like time is here, God's here, and He comes like a thief in the night. The people are yuffing. Your ass may not wake up or be reincarnated. It's that real in the battlefield. So I said, hey, I made a mistake. I thought I'm supposed to be isolated. That's why I don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? People are out here thieving and a lot. No one's supporting and shit. I don't know if people already know my story and they're just telling it in format form, or terror format form. Some people reading cards and they got a whole long paragraph afterwards, like it's too detailed. Yes, maybe someone stolen your inheritance. Someone may have forged your doctor signature. Someone changed your hippo records. Someone did. I'm like, that card didn't say all that. That sounds like you know exactly what's going on. And anybody that knows what's going on and playing stupid like they don't know, oh, they getting an ass whooping too. God, don't forget about that bullshit. People that say, hey, Zone, that sounds like it's a personal problem between you and family, and I'm just going to sit back with the popcorn lips and watch you struggle and suffer. Oh, you got something special for that ass, too. Anybody that knows anything that was going on behind the scenes, my ancestors already beating y'all's asses. That's why I'm just chilling McGillans. This ain't about bada bings, but this is about spiritual correction and spiritual justice. You got me all the way fucked up if you think this is not what this is about. I'm not the only chosen one that's been affected by this shit. All right. And I'm learning how to transmute and understand how all this works, because I'm not going to sit here every day and just smile while people are getting cupid on my back and they think they can because they haven't been caught, but they've always been caught, and everything they've stolen has been cursed. These are mummy items that you guys are taking back home with you. Yeah. And there's a certain time limit. You guys have fun, and then you see the curse start breaking out that item immediately. Hence, you better do what's right, or you're going to be cursed even further. You and your little no accountability groups getting together and doing more full moon magic, it just, I don't understand. It's not working at all. Never have worked. You guys have no accountability. I don't even know. I can't even believe the ages you guys are still doing what you're doing, thinking that you're going to change someone's life or destiny. Not going to work. Never was going to work. Okay? Give it up. Focus on just being miserable. If that's what you want to do, but stop interjecting your nasty spirits towards me, and then I got to keep on defending it every goddamn day and still put on a smile for my beautiful collectives out here, because we transmute every day. It's 42:32. Oh, 42:33. Let's go. If you know, you know. I'm gonna wrap this up. It's getting closer to an hour, which is okay. I believe this video needs to be a little longer for more pieces to be digested. But that's what the universe is showing me now. Is like, just look at your collective now, like Brittany said, which is good advice. My grandmother and my ancestors want me to look at everybody and see if they're just running their mouth, or they're actually being supportive towards my cause, or they just taking advantage of my cause to get paid and not support me. Like, yeah, we just take advantage of what's going on. Because Salons is the hottest topic right now. Confirmation, bitches. He's the hottest topic right now. So let's just take advantage of him, keep on ciphering and getting money that should be his. We should be paying him because it's his story. And other chosen ones that are similar, okay? I'm not going to be pointing myself out. There's other chosen ones that have had this happen to and now are discovering what their own family and so forth has been doing, because they've been possessed by lower entities and they sold their souls to switch with your destiny, because you you have the sauce. They want your sauce. Hence, they're trying to block my throat chakra, right? These lower entities, fallen angels, their time is up. They're not creating another reality. This is the new Earth, 5D Earth, and I'll be damned if these reptilian motherfuckers keep on plaguing God's children. Not happening. Step the fuck up. Be brave. Have accountability. Stop being scared to say God's chosen one's name. All right? I don't even know if you guys thought this works, but by sitting in front of your camera and saying, I really love you guys. If you know, you know. I really love you. Thank you guys again. Oh, and by the way, man, whoever sent this donation, I appreciate you, Billy's. Confirmation, Stevens, and Stephanie, I really appreciate you guys. I've said this before and over again. That's the most disrespect ever. I know what you're doing. It's not like you're doing it intentionally, right? Because I know if someone sends you something, that's a good looking. That's a really good look, right? You feel great about that, right? You're going through shit. You may have pets. You may need some food for the pets. They're like your kids, right? They are. So you need all the support you can get. And when you get it, you see your eyeballs glow and you feel that joy of euphorism, right? Don't you think I like to have that same feeling if someone donates and says my name and shows me the proper respect and support versus you guys telling me or some people saying just get out the community, just start fresh, do something different. I was like, I'll be damned because your style is my style. You just stole it and you just want me to get out so you can perpetrate with my Halloween costume energy? That don't work like that. That's why you threaten me. So I'm in this bitch and I'm here to stay. I ain't going nowhere. So until the game starts changing the way God wants it, then this is how it's going to be. There's bullshit out here. We call them out. People want to copycat your energy. They ain't the real deal. They're not the original. They're imitators. Idaho potato in this bitch. Okay? So many people have been hijacking my energy. It's sad. Hence, I said I'll give it a week. If I don't see the change in a week, then I'm going to be on the Mysterio screen. All your bank accounts are going to be fucking withdrawn and it's going to be directed to my account because that's the only way I'm going to get justice because I don't know who the fuck y'all keep on thinking you are. Keep on getting paid off my goddamn story and you telling me to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I can just go back in time if I really wanted to and look at all the videos y'all got paid for. I'm like, yeah, that's my story. That's my story. That's my story. And just do the math. And it would make my eye, both of them twitch. I'll be god dizzled. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the super chat. Like if I just did that alone, but my ancestors already calculate that shit, I was like, shit. Yeah. And then we hear in survival mode, get out of that. Oh hell no, this is just the real deal Holyfield talk right here. The confirmation bitches. So ain't no buzzwords working those 46, 47. Like if you know all sevens. So this is just straight what it is, microphone dropper. People don't like to hear straight from the gut, straight from the belly button truth. They like to twist it on you so they can act like they weren't involved in the shit. I know he ain't talking to me, but I know I'm intuitive. So as soon as your first two words come out your mouth and I see your face all tensed up, you're defensive. You're in your feelings, but you know I hit where it's uncomfortable. I hit home, basically. So y'all better get yourselves together. There better be support. Or I'm gonna go straight to guys like, don't even bless these cats. Look at them. How many times I support these cats? And did I get a goddamn dime back? Hey, some people are just salty because they're getting billions. So they like seeing you with no money. I bet you like that then, God. Take care of them cats extra. Take care of them extras. That's what I'm saying. People got some surprises in this bitch. Have more fun, Zoe. You got a week. Because shit, we know how powerful we are, so that's it. I tell you what it is. I want love, honesty, and I want my goddamn money back. Period. Thank you, chipmunks and birds. And it's coming back. Thank you, ancestors, and yes, you all for bringing it back. So we know how it works. We just telling you what most people won't tell you. They'll fake the funk. Love yous. Take cares. Enjoy your Taco Tuesdays. And don't be on the sideline knowing details and just omitting shit and thinking that you're going to be clear of karma. It don't work like that. If you know anything, I highly recommend you say or send me an email and say, hey, so I know this. But of course, I'm supposed to surrender and let everything happen. But it is what it is. And that's what I have done. And I'm working on it daily to be a better version of myself, point blank. So hopefully I inspired the right people. Hopefully this resonates with the right people, the real deal. Okay. I'm not out here doing violence. I have the love of Yeshua, and I always will. Confirmation. And I highly recommend you all find the spirit as well because God has saved me multiple times when I should not even be here. So I'm not going to act all puffy, brolic chest like it's all me. Because damn right it ain't all me. It definitely isn't all me. I think I said that wrong. It definitely isn't all me. I highly pay homage to my ancestors' spirit team, Galactic Federation, my animal spirit team, my ancestors, Yeshua, Mama Gaia, Mama Tiamat, the whole cosmic forces that are in unison, working with all of us to make sure that we get to our destiny properly and safely, and continue breaking curses left and right, and continue to be in walking karma and the walking love spell. That's our J.O. Bizzles. No, that's not our J.O. Bizzles. That's our missions. Because we know what J.O. Bizzles mean, just above broken. This is our divine mission. Chip and Dale is jumping from bamboo to bamboo. Yeah, Mother Nature's active today, so it's going to be a lovely day. It was 5022. I hope you enjoyed this video and keep the light shining on you. And just show me that you're my collective. I really want to see who my true Genosha is. Because if you guys can't support me now in the ways that you get supported, so you won't be butchering this message up. What do you mean you have support? The same way you get supported daily to put gas in your car and to buy dish detergent and laundry, all that shit you need by your donations and your nails and whatever, your watches, whatever, your guys, dudes, whatever. That's the support I'm looking for. So stop playing dumb and acting like, oh, you're alien. That's why we're threatened by you. You don't know. You know damn well I'm an alien. You know damn well Superman is, but you still support the Superman. Don't play games. Don't act like this is a separation. It is what it is. I'm here to stay, start showing it, or you're going to regret it when things really become tangible. I wish I just supported them. It was that fucking easy. That easy. Like I told Marcus yesterday, I was like, all you had to do is buy me a bag of yums and you wouldn't have got fired. It's like the simplest test for people. It's the smallest things I'm asking for, and people can't even provide the smallest things for me. They think I'm just going to accept breadcrumbs my whole life. I was like, all right, bet you guys keep on playing dumb. I can't wait till the tables turn, which they have. I just got to wait for heaven's divine time so I can, yo, there it is. But it's the book of Job, right? The book of Job, however you all say it, Job, Job, tomato, right? That's who I am. I'm going to bet. Job had everything taken from him, but he maintained his faith and got everything returned back to him a millionfold with the heaven sprinkled dust on it. There you go, just for extra weight. So that's what's happening for me right now. And that's why God's saying, confirmation, bitches. He's saying, don't slap bitches. Be obedient. Get on here. Show them that you're not just a highlight guy. And inspire my children and make sure they all come home right. And if you don't see a change in a week, he didn't say this. I'm adding on to this one. I'm improvising. He said, if you don't see a change in a week, break down cats' doors and backslap the shit out of all of them. And I said, I definitely will not do that because I added that on. All right, a little shock value. Did God really tell you that? Not at all. All right, I added a little embellishment, but I'll tell you when I embellish. All right, definitely God didn't tell you that, but God told you this. And it shall come to pass that whoever, see, I circled a lot, so sometimes it's hard for me to see these words. And it shall come to pass that whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. See, every page I open up, there's a point that is just so relevant in my life and all y'all's. Men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, the man attested by God to you by miracles, wonders, and signs which God did through him in your midst, as you yourselves also know. Him being delivered by the determined purpose and foreknowledge of God, you have taken by lawless hands and crucified and put to death, whom God raised up, having loosed the pains of death, because it was not possible that he should be held by it. For David says concerning him, I foresaw the Lord always before my face, for he is at my right hand, that I may not be shaken. Therefore my heart rejoiced and my tongue was glad. Moreover, my flesh also will rest in all hope. For you will not leave my soul in Hades, nor will you allow your Holy One to see corruption. You have made known to me the ways of life. You will make me full of joy in your presence. You heavenly right. Thank you, God. 54:26. I love you all again. Long goodbyes. I appreciate the format since I'm using my tablet. More resources are coming in. Donations can help me upgrade my equipment. Right? But we're taking tallies. Whoever doesn't change courses,
I promise you, you will not have a table at Genosha, and I will not take no excuses. Because the power of no is so beautiful. I have no problem telling people no. Because I'm going to become useless to all those that were useless to me during my Bane journey. Self-development, self-spiritual development, finding myself, all that. You know what it is. You know it is. Take care. I love you. Till next time. Happy Taco Tuesdays. All right.